Hey guys, welcome to another small video. Today we're covering the last familiar in Pact 3. Now this last familiar is Gryphon. Now Gryphon does have an army talent, but I will cover that later. We're starting off with Gryphon. Gryphon is the first tier 4 or rarity 4 familiar that you'll be able to unlock, and this is in the Pact 3 area. Now rarity 4 means that of course each rarity level, when it increases, it requires more XP, requires more fragments for you to level up and stuff like that. But let's get into it. So the first ability being air support. This air support gives you max ally army size by 50%. 50,000 troops. Now this is not how many troops an ally can send to a rally. That's when I first started when I saw the ability, but I found the hard way that it wasn't. This is how many troops your allies can send to you and your embassy. So like when it reinforces you when you're gonna take a hit. As you can tell, I haven't leveled mine up too much, but I need to. I have mine at level 4, which gives me 15,000 more space. And my embassy at max out should only be doing 1 million, but it says 1,015,000. That means that's how many more troops I can get when I'm being reinforced, which is very helpful because the more troops you have reinforcing you, even if 50,000 more troops, that's how many more troops you have to, how many less troops you have to heal, or how many more troops you're gonna kill from the enemy. So back to so that's a good thing about air support. Next one we have right here, training speed 5%. Now this is a permanent effect, of course, and 5% training speed is a very nice training speed boost, considering if you get to the point where you have beds or infirmaries, you need all kind of training speed you can get to not be wasting too much time training while having a lot of beds. Next up we have Howard Bind. Now this requires a skill stone just like Pyrus. The difference is that this is the only familiar that skill stone requires only resources to craft. In case you think I am lying or you don't know what I'm talking about, is right here skill stones. There's a lot of skill stones all around, and all of them usually require some sort of core. But Gryphon is the only skill stone that requires only animal and resources. So as you can see, animal resources but no core. And the reason that's amazing is because you can use this for, you just craft that one core for the crafting event in Guildfest. Now what this skill does is it recalls all your troops, not including correlation, so that's not including any troops you have in rallies. So any troop you have like in tiles or they have in forts, it recalls into your base in 6 seconds. So they just come to you real quick and you have 6 seconds before they all get to your castle. Now there's many different things you can do with this. Some of you have heard of Gryphon traps, and what Gryphon traps are is they're bases that hold a lot of resources, and people think it's easy resources, and so they send marches out to it, and they have no troops in it. But the thing is, they don't have troops in there because they pop a army size boost, and they put 5 or 6 armies or 7 armies out in somewhere out in the kingdom. And they're all gathering in some tile. Now, whenever the person feels comfortable, they just activate the ability, and voila, they have a total of, we're talking about 2 million tier 4 troops in their castle in 6 seconds, all at once. That means anyone that's sending multiple marches has 6 seconds to recall those troops. And if they don't react fast enough in those 6 seconds, the person gets all the troops in 6 seconds. And then they teleport out and they eat all the attacks. Like there's videos of people with 1 million plus kills just from Gryphon trapping. And there's videos out there where people are just making compilations of Gryphon traps and how many times they do it, because they can do it every 30 minutes. All they do is that they change names, they change guild or something, and they just set themselves up in a different location. And voila, that's free kills. You don't take losses unless your infirmaries get to full, but if they do, you're just gonna train them up a bit more. But that's free free kills. Most your losses will be automatically wounded because you're defending your castle. Now the other way to use this ability is whenever you see someone Gryphon trapping you, the same time that you see someone's arrow troops come to them automatically, because you can see the arrows go super fast, and there's 6 of them or 5 or however many. You can use the same ability you have yourself to recall all your armies at once, so they don't get your kills and you don't lose your troops. I had it. I myself have lost several troops to a Gryphon trip, and I learned my lesson hard. That's why I don't hit with T4 anymore. But that's pretty much the way to use the Gryphon's ability. Next up is the army talent. The army talent increases your army attack by 50% for 4 seconds when 10% of your troops have fallen. So, well, that's at level 1. At max level is 200% of your army attack for 10 seconds after 10% of your troops have fallen. This is not a stackable attack boost, but it's a nice attack boost when you're attacking because 200% more attack damage. And you consider this when you have a stacking familiar. So that familiar attacks stacks up 100% damage, and this just doubles it even more. So your army attack just increases. Your attack just increases tenfold with it for 10 seconds, of course, not for the whole battle, but it's still a good amount of damage you get during that time period. But this is when 10% of your troops have fallen, so this is not helpful at all when you're defending against rallies, because before the defending ones that we saw before were for 1 troop type. So you can only lose 3, so you only have to focus 10% of 3 million. But now you're defending as a rally trap, you're looking at 10% of 14 million, 10 million, 11 million troops. And that would be 1 million plus troops you need to lose before this proc stacks. And by then it's probably the end of the battle already as it is. So that's pretty much everything on the Gryphon ability. On Gryphon abilities, and I hope you enjoy. Next up, I'm going to be covering every single Pact 4 familiar, so I hope you are tuned for that video. And I hope you enjoyed. This one went a little longer. I hope the other ones don't go too long either. So I had to end this video now. Take care. Peace out. Bye.